you. Good evening, everyone. I had an opportunity where I was sitting down one night and I thought, where would I like to go next? So I spread out a map of the United States and I closed my eyes and I put my finger down. And lo and behold, I ended up pointing to Colorado Springs, Colorado. So I started to research that, and Colorado, I thought, I can put on hiking boots and climb a few mountains, so I thought I'd do that. I then started to do some more research and found out that there's a hippie town called Manitou Springs, right next to Colorado Springs. So I thought, I'm going to a hippie town. Here I am, middle-aged, balding, and getting older, but I want to go to hippie town. So I spoke to my dad, and I was taking care of him for a while. He wasn't doing very well. I said, Pop, do you mind if I go away on Father's Day? He said, where are you going, son? I said, I'm going to go to Colorado. He said, you go for it. If you have the time and the money, go enjoy your trip. So I take off, I'm in the air, and this guy is next to me. I said, hey, how you doing? What's your name? He said, Buzzard. I thought, Buzzard? What kind of name is that? Anyway, we started to talk a little bit, this, that, and the other, and eventually it's like every other conversation when you meet a stranger. What do you do for a living? And he's like, medicinal marijuana? I said, really? I said, that's pretty neat. And he thought, okay, here's this middle-aged guy, probably looks like a policeman or someone. Well, I shouldn't say too much. But anyway, I said, are you going to Manitou Springs? He said, I live there. I said, give me your phone number and I'll meet you in the center square. And of course, I called him. He never returned my call because I figured Colorado was a very progressive state and I thought I'd have some fun. Never happened. Anyway, as I progressed, one day I decided I was going to go to the the U.S. Air Force Academy. Has anyone ever been there? Anyone? It's an amazing place and I strongly recommend it. The church, the grounds, the people. I've met some young cadets and I can honestly say America is a great country because the young people I met were phenomenal. Anyway, on the way back from the academy, I'm driving and I saw this sign. It said, scenic route ahead. So I pull over and there is Pikes Peak. You're looking at a mountain that has trees, and then next thing you know, it looks like you're looking at the surface of the moon. It's incredible. And then there is snow. I was in June, obviously, and it was 97 degrees every single day, and here's snow on the top of a mountain peak. I see this young couple after I pulled over, and they're taking a photo, one first, and then of the other, and I thought, that's not right. Guys, get together, and I'll take your photo. And then they said, well, now your turn. So I turned around with the mountain as a backdrop, and they took my photo. And I looked at it, and I saw this little wisp of smoke going up into the air. It turns out that, I don't know if Buzzard was smoking a lot of dope, but there was something going on. I started to drive back to the town. As I'm getting closer and closer, I turn on the radio, and there is a wildfire raging throughout the entire area to every place I had visited. And I thought, my God, I've never seen anything like this. I end up in Manitou Springs, I go to the hotel, I pack my bags, everything. What do I need, what do I leave, what do I take? Quickly packed my bags, and then I walked outside. And I looked at these spiring towers of smoke and flames getting closer and closer to the town. I drove 2 hours away. As I drove away, I thought, I'm not going back. Finally, 4 hours later, they said, it's all clear to come back. I came back, and who do I find? Buzzards in this park, smoking some weed and having a good time. And I said, what's going on here? He said, oh, it happens once in a while. Later on, I went to dinner, Buzzard and a couple of his friends, and I said, all right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to go up to Pikes Peak. He said, fine, see you tomorrow. Later that night, 2 o'clock in the morning, the phone rings, and I'm told, Mr. Fiscaro, the town is being evacuated. The wildfires are encroaching on the town. You have to leave. And I thought, okay, here we go. Hopped in the car, drove to the airport. They tell me you can't get a flight for a day, and if you want a flight, it's going to cost $200 extra. I put my hand to my head, and this ticket counter lady says to me, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I've been burned out of my hotel." She said, "You know what? I'll get you on a plane." I flew from Colorado Springs to Denver to Philadelphia. That's my story, and I hope you enjoyed it.